And then I say,
No, you do it.
do we, all in favor for that one?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, we did good. Okay. All right. Next up, special recognition, Murray City Council Employee of the Month, DJ Dedrickson. Did I say that wrong? Dedrickson. That's not hard. Dedrickson, I am so sorry. From Power Utility Planning, and we've got Bruce and Brett presenting here.
Blaine, are you coming up? Okay, come on up, Blaine. Come on up. She went to get the stuff. Usually we have this, and I said, do we have what we're missing? Oh, right there. Okay, then I need it. I love that. Let me see this. Oh, it's for me. It's for me. Okay. Come on. Yeah. That's good. That's fast. What if he said, no, I don't want it? Come on up, DJ. Okay, DJ, this is something we started about 7 years ago with the council, and it's Employee of the Month, and we just wanted to recognize you. I don't have, which I normally have. How many years have you been with the city?
Almost 14.
14 years, so 14 years. And so as a council, we wanted to recognize you. Blaine nominated you, and we're just grateful for your service, all that you do. And we have a $50, we have your name on the plaque, and we'll have a certificate for you later. And we have a $50 gift card for you. I don't know if that goes to you or that person taking pictures over there, but does that? Goes to her, yeah. I'll take it. Anyway, so we appreciate you, DJ, for all you do, and again for your 14 years of service. So let's give him a big hand.
Thanks. It was our pleasure to nominate DJ for the Employee of the Month for Murray City this month. DJ was with the water department for about 10 years, and then about almost 4 years ago, we cherry-picked or stole, or whatever you want to say, and that's one of the glamour parts of the job for a department head is to steal great employees from other departments, and it goes back and forth. But we stole DJ from the water department. DJ has been a great employee. He's been loyal. He's been dedicated. He's been honest. He was hired on as a system planner, which means he has the opportunity to do a lot of mapping, a lot of, and I'll have him describe what he does, because there's a lot of big words like geospatial something or others and something like that. But when I offered DJ the job about 4 years ago, and we were talking about that just before, it was in the parking lot of Lowe's. He and I clandestined to meet in the parking lot at Lowe's and offered him the job because we weren't quite sure how Danny Astle would like us stealing one of his employees. So we went behind your back. Still looking at a way to get back. But I asked DJ what his goal was, and he wanted to go back and get a degree. And so he's working on his associate's degree to do a geospatial something or other, and you can describe what that is. But he's been involved with the mapping and the digital part of our mapping department. Also, one of his main requirements is blue staking. You know, that's a very important part of our industry, is to make sure that people don't dig up the power lines that are under the ground. And so in some of DJ's peak months, he has over 900 blue stake requests come through. And they will come through, and then he has to look at this is simplified, he has to look at all the requests coming through and determine if they are overhead lines or underground line areas. And of course, if they're underground line areas, then he has to go to the map and see if he has to go out on site to actually paint the ground and to mark where our underground wires are. So it's quite the process before he even gets in the truck and goes out, and he can tell you that probably 3/4 of his day right now is out doing blue staking. But lately we've been offering him the opportunity to work with contractors and do plans and estimates, and so we're easing him into a position in our division. We have 4 people in our engineering division, and 2 of them are retirement age or beyond, and one of them has some health problems. So DJ has a future with our power department, and want him to know that he has a future if he wants to stay, and he seems to be happy, and we try to keep him happy, but we want him to be part of our department for a long, long time. He is a local guy. He went to Taylorsville High, as you see in the bio that we put into your packet. And he likes to be with his family. He's got 2 kids, which you met just a minute ago, doing the Pledge of Allegiance. But DJ is a valued employee. He really is. And I know that he has a future with our power department. Now I'll turn the time over to him. You can introduce your family, DJ, if that's all right. And then you can tell me what a geospatial something or other is. Thanks, DJ, for being an employee of Murray City Power.
So basically, all that geospatial technologies is that's what I went and got a certificate in, and that's the mapping. So as Blaine was saying, that when I go out to the job and the maps are incorrect, I have the ability now that I can actually get into the computer system on ArcGIS and change the mapping. That's basically it.
Thank you.
And come on up, family. This is my wife Felicia, and my daughter Avery, and my son Colby.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing him with us.
Kobe looks like he's passing his pop right up.
Yes.
Won't be long.
Yeah, smile for Bruce.
Get a good picture there. Looking good.
There you go.
Congrats.
Thank you for your
Thank
service.
you,
We
yeah.
appreciate you.
Congratulations, guys.
Wonderful. And if you would like to sneak out, you absolutely may, unless you'd like to stay for the rest of the meeting. Totally up to you. We won't look if you sneak out. All right. The next item on the agenda is citizen comments. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. If anyone has any comment they would like to give, you'll step up to the microphone here, state your name and what city you live in. And there is a form that Jan has over here that you can fill out if you choose to speak. And you can also look to her for your time. Would anyone like to speak today on any items? Going once, going twice. All right, maybe next time. All right, we'll move along. We don't have anything on the consent agenda and no public hearings, so we'll go to our business items. And that's consider an ordinance amending section 3.10.370 of the Murray City Municipal Code relating to apprenticeship preference in the procurement of city building improvements and public work projects. Dale Cox presenting.
Thank you. It's rather straightforward. It's just if a company has a federally approved apprenticeship program, they get up to I think it's 2.5% of the total bid as a preference for training the apprentices, if up to a limit of $75,000. And if there's nobody that bids with that, then it doesn't take effect. But companies that do spend the time and the money to train employees and have a federally approved apprenticeship program on Murray construction projects will get that preference, as we have with healthcare, veterans preference, and other things. Other than that, the penalty, it's a $3 million minimum. Any project has to be over $3 million. The penalty, if they get a bid using this preference and they don't fulfill their obligation, there's a 1% penalty that pays back to the city of the entire contract. Other than that, if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
I just have a comment. I think apprenticeship programs are wonderful, and I think we should really encourage them here in Murray. So, thank you.
Thank you.
I agree. I love supporting apprenticeships and think it's great for the city to encourage them as well. Would anyone else like to add anything?
No, just like Dale said, that we've got that with the other things too. So medical.
Good job, Dale.
I'll entertain a motion.
I would like to motion to approve and consider an ordinance amending section 3.10.30 of the Murray Municipal Code relating to apprenticeships preference in the procurement of city building improvements and public works projects.
I'll second. I'll second.
Jennifer.
Aye.
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 Aye. All right. The next item on the agenda has been removed. So we can move on to the mayor's report and any questions.
Thank you. I'm not used to being up this quick.
I know.
You're efficient, Kat.
It's all how I'm running it. Yeah.
Just a couple of things really briefly. I just wanted to mention to the council that the small area plan for the Fashion Place West Station was held last Wednesday, and we had a pretty good turnout. About 40 people were there. There will be a couple more open houses throughout this process, in this planning process. So more to follow on that, but we did have a pretty good turnout. You also may notice that I know we're getting really anxious for spring when we get a few nice days. Well, so are our street department people, and they're out sweeping the streets in between these storms. So you may notice, I know they're out today getting the streets swept. So good for them, good for us, good for the streets. So if you see or hear comments from any of your constituents in your district, it should be positive, right? Also, finally, I just wanted to mention that I appreciate those that were able to be in attendance last Tuesday evening for our appreciation banquet for our boards and commissions, our dinner, and for the State of the City address, and for you and for the public, those that are interested in the State of the City address. It is available now on our website on a link from the homepage, so it can be viewed or read. So, and that's it, unless you have any questions.
Any questions? Thank you, Mayor. And seeing nothing else on the agenda, this meeting is adjourned. I gotta hit it.
You can get it.
Yeah.
Let me move my phone.